Happy 18th anniversary, XTAR. Thanks a lot for sending this through. XTAR VX4. We've got charge mode and grade mode. Tiny 16340 lithium ion cell. It's like similar to a size of a CR123, except this is a 3.7 volt lithium ion cell. With grade mode, it's going to charge it up to about 4.2 volts, and then it will discharge it at a rate of 300 milliamps. There's a 18650 with a protection circuit inside, 4000 milliamp hour 18650, 3.58. So yeah, good storage voltage. Actually, with the XTAR VC8S, it has a storage mode, and it will try to discharge or charge the cell to 3.6 volts. You can use all 8 to store your cells at 3.6 volts. 26650 cell. So that is massive. This charger is wider on the outside. The inner ones are a little bit narrower. Possibly better to use the outside for the really big cells like the 26650. Supports a whole bunch of different chemistries. It's got the NIM cells, so you can charge Eneloops. One of these Eneloop Pros. Also does these 1.5 volt cells. So these are 1.5 volt lithium ion cells. Inside it, I think it's a 430, but it's actually 3.6 volts inside, and it steps down from 4.2 volts or 3.6 nominal voltage. It steps down to 1.5 volts for about 80%. Over the last 20%, it'll be about 1.1 volt. Also got a built-in charging indicator, the green flashing there. So this charge is actually providing 5 volts and about 400 milliamps to charge the cell. And then the cell itself is using a different algorithm, trickle charge, constant current, constant voltage, CCCV. CCCV. So it's got a good algorithm for charging it. These are all using grade mode at the moment. I can change it to charge mode, so they all charge up to like 1.5 volts for the NIM cell, and then it should be 4.2 for these two. And this one will charge to 1.5. So I've been using XTAR chargers since 2014. My first one that I bought was the VP2. You can select the maximum current limit, 250, 500, 1 amp, and it should go up to 3 amps. So this NIM cell is now recognized as a NIM cell. The first 10 minutes it just does a detection phase at like 100, 150 milliamps. Then it says, okay, it's a NIM cell, I'll continue, and it starts the proper cycle and applies about, I think, 500 milliamps. So yeah, when it's charging the Eneloop cells or the NIM cells, it'll be charging it at a rate of 500 milliamps. That's kind of the limit. You can't really select the charging rate or the charging current for NIM cells. You can only select the current for 3.6 volt lithium ion cells. I think, yeah, the charging rate is, 0.5 amps or 500 milliamps for NIM cells, and it is about 0.4, so 5 volts, 0.4 for a 1.5 volt lithium ion cell. But the internal charging circuit on this is going to be different. That's that MWH milliwatt hour. Let's see if I can change it. Cool. So it's in the discharge stage, so I can single click to switch between milliamp and milliwatt hour. So enjoy. That is the VX4. Takes PD2 input, QC3, heaps of different battery sizes. It's got plastic feet, they're not rubber. It's got like a big grill for air to vent through on the side and on the back. They just slide really easily. Yeah, the notches are really good too. So it's got little notches on the positive terminal, and there are little notches on the negative terminal. That helps with fitting these little tiny cells in, and helps with flat top cells. So if you've got big flat top cells, it's more than likely going to fit easily. Top is actually recessed a little bit by maybe 1 millimeter. So, yep, that's detected something. Yep, that's working. My favorite batteries, probably the Molicel P45Bs at the moment. Let's check 3 amps and see if that works. Yep, that's working. So it's got a low internal resistance and it's charging at a little over 3 amps. 3.029. Doing 2 by 2 amps roughly. Yep, so it's dropped to 1 amp maximum. So if you want to use 3 amp charging, you just need to have one cell in this. You can't charge all 4 at 3 amps. And it will limit it based on how many cells you have connected. You also need to have a good power supply, like a USB-C PD2. If you've got some other USB-C power supply, it may or may not provide enough power to be able to charge at a fast rate. So I'll just pack away this VX4. It's a brand new one by XTAR. And they're celebrating their 18th anniversary. So they've put 18th anniversary on this. It's a new charger by XTAR.